Hi student, today we will study about human body. See, all these organs, brain, ears, heart, esophagus, kidney, male reproductive organs, female reproductive organs, intestine, pancreas, lungs. All these organs comprise human body, and all these organs are interconnected with the help of blood. So you can see blood as a fuel, like you fill up your vehicle with petrol and it runs. Just like with the help of his blood, we are alive. So, in this human body, first we will study about blood. What is blood? The red blood cells. So, what are the main components of blood? Cells, plasma, antibodies, blood pressure, blood glucose, RBCs, WBCs, RH factor, blood groups, coagulation of blood, oxygenated veins, arteries and deoxygenated veins and arteries. All this comprises of blood. If we are studying about blood, we have to study about cell, plasma, antibodies, pressure in blood, glucose level in blood, red blood cells of blood, white blood cells of blood, RH factor in blood, blood groups, and how blood gets thick or coagulate, and oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So all these points will be covered in this topic. First of all, what is blood? See, blood is a circulating bodily fluid providing the body with nutrition, oxygen and waste removal. It is mostly liquid with numerous cells and proteins suspended in it, making blood thicker than pure water. And the average person has about 5 liters. You can take more than a gallon of blood. So, blood is an opaque mobile fluid connective tissue. It is sticky and saltish in taste and is alkaline, and provides the body nutrition, oxygen. With the help of blood, oxygen is circulating in all over the body, and carbon dioxide is coming out from the body with the help of this blood. And what we eat, all the nutrition we take in our body flow with this blood in all over the body. Next, now composition of blood. See, blood consists of 3 main components. What are those 3 main components? See, blood cells, blood platelets and blood plasma. See, plasma is an extracellular material in the blood, and blood cells and blood platelets float in the plasma. Now again, blood cells are of 2 types, erythrocytes and leukocytes, or you can say erythrocytes, the another name of erythrocyte is red blood cells or RBCs, and leukocytes are white blood cells or WBCs. Now again, leukocytes have 2 main components or classes. These are granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes means with cytoplasmic granules, and agranulocytes means without granules in the cytoplasm. Now again, granulocytes are of 3 types. These are neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. These are on the basis of staining characteristics of the cytoplasmic granules and shape of the nucleus. And agranulocytes are of 2 types, monocytes and lymphocytes. So, first of all, blood cells. See, a drop of blood comprises red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets and plasma. See, cellular elements of the blood, that is the white blood corpuscles, red blood corpuscles and platelets are suspended in the plasma. So about half of blood volume is composed of blood cells. See, a blood cell, also called a hematocyte, is a cell produced by hematopoiesis and normally found in blood. In mammals, these fall into 3 general categories, as already said, like RBCs, WBCs and platelets. Together, these 3 kinds of blood cells add up to a total 45% of the blood tissue by a volume, with the remaining 55% of the volume composed of plasma, the liquid component of blood. First of all, erythrocytes or red blood cells. See, these are red blood cells or erythrocytes. See, the main characteristics of erythrocytes. First of all, erythrocytes are hemoglobin containing pigmented formed elements of blood. See, presence of hemoglobin, that is red pigment, gives blood its red color, and formation of RBC is called erythropoiesis. And human erythrocytes are biconcave, circular and non-nucleated in structure. And this respiratory pigment which imparts a red color to these cells. And RBCs, and the lifespan of RBC is 120 days. That is, old and damaged erythrocytes are phagocytosed and destroyed by macrophages. Therefore, the lifespan of RBCs is 120 days. And these are produced in bone marrow in adults, and in embryo these produced in liver and spleen. And RBCs in normal healthy males ranges between 5 to 5.5, and in females between 4.5 to 5 million per cubic millimeter of blood. RBCs transport oxygen to the cells and tissues, and it carries carbon dioxide to the lungs for elimination. And abnormal increase in the RBC count is a disease which is called polycythemia, and abnormal decrease in RBC count is called erythrocytopenia. So these are the two diseases caused by decrease and increase of RBCs. Next comes leukocytes or white blood cells. As the name indicating white blood cells, that is, there is no color, devoid of hemoglobin. See, these are classified into two types, agranulocytes and granulocytes. First of all, agranulocytes without granules in their cytoplasm. These have no inclusions in their protoplasm or no granules in their cytoplasm. They develop from lymph nodes and the red bone marrow. And these are classified into lymphocytes and monocytes. White blood cells are classified into lymphocytes and monocytes. And WBCs can change their shape like amoeba. See, agranulocyte is of two types. This is lymphocytes and monocytes, and again lymphocytes are divided into two types, which is B cells and T cells. See, T lymphocyte cells and B lymphocyte cells. See, lymphocytes are of two types, that is B cells, which is B lymphocytes, and T cells, which is T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes means bird cells of birds, and T lymphocytes means from thymus gland. One is called killer T cell, and another is the T helper cell, which releases cytokine. This cytokine in turn activates the B cells. Lymphocytes also secrete another substance called lymphokine, which helps in facilitating the functions of other cells of the body. Now, next comes monocyte. See, monocytes are the largest white blood cells or leukocytes, about 12 to 15 μ. Next, their nucleus is kidney shaped. You can see their nucleus is of kidney shaped, and they are produced from bone marrow from monoblast cells, and they help in phagocytosis. So, monocytes are the largest white blood cells. Their nucleus is kidney shaped, and they are produced from bone marrow from monoblast cells, and they help in phagocytosis through macrophages. Next is granulocytes. See, granulocytes develop from the red bone marrow, and they have conspicuous granules in the cytoplasm and possess lobed nuclei. And there are three kinds of granulocytes, which are eosinophils, basophil and neutrophils, classifying according to their staining capability. The staining capability of cytoplasmic granules and bit of their shape of nuclei. First of all, eosinophil. See, this is eosinophil. The nucleus of eosinophil is bilobed, that is, two lobes, and the lobes are connected by a thin strand, this one. And the cytoplasmic granule is stained orange red with acidic dye called eosin. and their number increases during allergic reactions. And along with the mast cells, they also control the allergy and the asthma. Next is basophil. See, this is basophil. Its nucleus is large, bilobed and irregular in shape. There is no shape of this nucleus. And granules stain blue-black with basic dye. Cytoplasmic granules stain with blue-black with basic dye. And basophil release heparin and histamine in the blood and have a function similar to the mast cells. Next, neutrophil. See, neutrophils are the most abundant cells in the blood. They are phagocytic in nature. Neutrophils are the first immune cells to arrive at a site of infection through a process known as chemotaxis. That is the release of chemical that moves these cells towards the site of infection. So movement with the help of chemical, that is chemotaxis. They are maximum in number and stain equally with both acidic and basic dye, and therefore we are calling them neutrophils. And they have many lobed nucleus connected with very thin strands, and the nucleus granules in abundance in the cytoplasm, and these cells also help in phagocytosis. Now, blood plasma. So what is blood plasma? Blood plasma, the extracellular material in the blood or fluid, is a fluid devoid of fibers. Fluid outside the cells are generally called extracellular fluids or ECF. This fluid is straw colored, slightly alkaline and aqueous fluid, which is called plasma. See, plasma is a straw colored liquid that constitutes a portion of blood from which the formed elements have been removed. So nearly 90 to 92% of plasma is water, while 8 to 10% is dry matter. The water acts as a solvent and suspending medium for the solid components of the blood. It also absorbs, transports and releases heat. Plasma solutes include proteins, non-protein nitrogenous substances, food substances, respiratory gases and electrolytes. See, fluid portion of blood is known as plasma, and it contains ions, inorganic molecules and organic molecules, and it has three major classes of plasma: proteins, which are serum albumin, serum globulin and fibrinogen.